What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning back into the Biz with D right here, right now. We got the homie Sebastian Michael back with us. What's going on, man?
What up, bro?
Good. Not much, just chilling. How about yourself?
I'm good, man. I'm chilling.
That's what's up. Well, thank you for coming back on to talk with us. We appreciate it.
Oh, not a problem, man.
So I know the new album, Speechless, is about to come out. Tell everybody, for those who are a little bit late on, what the concept of Speechless is, tell them how you came up with it real quick.
Well, Speechless to me is, first of all, this album, I've been working on it for about 2 years now. And, I feel like, we finished it this year, and I feel like now it's finally ready to come out. I feel like, the storyline that I wanted to put in this album, the honesty, I just wanted to make sure that people could get to know me through this album, you know what I mean? And I feel like now it's ready to come out. I feel like it's the type of body of work I wanted to put out for people. And, Speechless represents my whole journey coming from Sweden and coming over here, just me following my dreams and taking that risk. You know what I mean? And not knowing where I was going to be, I'd end up at, but just having faith and actually just doing it and seeing where I'm at today. And it's the beginning for me, but I feel like I'm living my dreams and that makes me speechless. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like why I chose the name. And it's also a track on the album as well, called Speechless.
Absolutely. Now, my favorite record from the album is Lose It. When I first heard you perform that SOBs for L Show, I was like, we sat down, we talked about it. I was like, this record is the shit. And I still bump it. I'm like, this record's still the shit.
Thank you, man.
Tell everybody, for those who haven't, even checked out the Waiting Game EP, which they can check out now, if they're curious to hear the track. Tell them, the approach with that record, because it's really strong how you came through with this lyrically.
Yeah, Waiting Game to me is, I chose to call it Waiting Game because when I first made it, I didn't really know, we didn't have a date for the album or anything like that. We was basically done with it, but we didn't have a date for it. We didn't know when it was going to come out and all that. So I had this project and I said, I don't want to keep this, I want to put this music out. I don't want to just hold it back. So I called it the Waiting Game because it was in the project that I was in at the time, waiting for me to, finally get a date for the album, and also just waiting for me to just, get acknowledged for what I do. You know what I'm saying? And for people to actually experience and get into my world and see who I am as an artist. You know what I mean? So and also the whole EP is a funny storyline. It's things that I'm 24 years old, so things that I go through as being 24, from parties to relationships to girls and all that type, everything that we go through. So it's just a really cool feel good EP. It has skits on the EP as well, which I'm not even gonna tell what type of skits it are, but if you listen to it, you're gonna definitely know what it is. And it's pretty dope.
Definitely, yeah. They definitely gotta listen to that because they gotta get up on it. For those that are late, we can't tell them all about it.
So what?
But yeah. I said they got to get up on it if they don't know.
Oh, definitely. They definitely got to get up on it. Sure.
So now let me ask you, because on this album you have Wale, you got Rick Ross, you got Tiana Taylor on the record Made For Me. I heard that. I definitely love lyrically where you guys came from. What's it like collabing with her in the studio?
Good. She's a really cool person. Very, very talented, and I was just honestly before we, obviously we was listening to each other's music before in the studio, but when I first met her, I didn't really know what to expect. I didn't know her music or anything like that, as far as her being a singer, vocalist, and I just had heard from mutual friends because that's how we first linked up that she's an incredible vocalist. She had great music, so. When she played me her music, she literally played me an album full of just bashes. I was like, wow, I was impressed. And that same day, we just came across basically we just made that record that same day. And yeah, she, you know, like I said, she's a sweet girl. She's super talented, and I can't wait for, you know, for people to hear her album and her songs that she's coming out with.
Definitely. Now, are you going to be featured on her album as well?
Yeah, she's featured on mine as well.
Okay. Nice. So now, let me ask you about like the shows, because I know you do a lot of different shows and stuff like that, and you've been consistently making sure that people know who you are. Your management, your label, y'all are doing it right, and I've told you that before. How would you say the response, you know, when going through these shows now from the last time we talked is, you know, how's that crowd reaction for you?
I mean, I definitely feel like people are more and more acknowledging, like, me, what I do. You know, I think that people are, you know, at first it was really just about the songs, you know what I mean? Well, about the song, because I had a single out, you know, one single out really, that we was pushing, and, you know, it did really well, and people didn't really get the chance to really get to know me, who I was, you know what I'm saying, or even attach me to the record. So now I feel like just me putting out more music out there and just, you know, just really showing, like, what type of artist I am and what type of person I am, too. And, you know, people are starting to, you know, put two and two together, be like, oh, okay, cool. Like, we getting to know Sebastian. And that's my main goal, you know what I mean? So I'm excited about that. And, you know, obviously, you know, it's going to, you know, step by step, it's just going to get better and better. You know, and me as an artist, too, like, I'm getting better and better because, like, this is my first run ever. You know what I mean? Last night was my first single ever, so this is new to me. So I'm just also trying to learn the game and develop doing it as well.
Absolutely. So now, I see on Twitter that you and one of your label mates, Drew Sador, have been going back and forth a couple times. Have y'all talked about working together yet, or what's going on? Because I see there's a lot of interaction with y'all on Twitter.
Yeah, we haven't really talked about a collab yet, but, you know, I'm always, you know, one-on-one, especially with label mates and just people in general that I want to talk to. Sometimes it's not always about, no, let's make a record together. You know, sometimes it's just like we'll just link up and then we make a record together. Like, even with Tiana, like, for example, when we was talking about that, like, we didn't link up to make a record together. Like, we got cool, and then, you know, we decided that it was like, you know, we both kind of like have a similar vision of where we want to take it. So, you know, it came together naturally. And I think that all my collaborations need to happen naturally and be just forced. Like, yo, we put you two together in the studio to make a record. You know what I mean? Like, there got to be a chemistry. So, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the most important thing.
Real. And since we're on the subject, like, how do you feel about when there are those situations where people, not even labels, I mean, it can be just anybody, and when they're saying, you know, you guys have to do a record together, or you guys have to do it. How do you feel about that?
I mean, you know, it all depends on, you know, some people really, like, you know, they have this thing where they can just, I don't know, they can just click. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you meet somebody and you just click from jump. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you don't. I just noticed, like, in general, like, I want to know the people I work with. You know what I'm saying? And I don't always have the privilege to know everybody I work with, but my goal is to get to know the people that I do work with, because I know that once I get to know them and they get to know me, we're gonna make more incredible music together. And this is the music is gonna come out way better. Because we're not gonna hold back anything. We're gonna be able to talk about whatever we want to talk about and just let everything out that we have idea-wise and creatively. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's important.
Absolutely, it definitely is. Now, what was one of your or two of your favorite records recording for the album?
My two favorite records on the album, I would have to say Lose It and Basically.
And how would you say, like, the vibe in the studio was with Lose It, just kind of going back to that?
The vibe in the studio for what?
For when you recorded Lose It, like, what kind of what was like the vibe between like when you first heard the track? I'm just getting more in depth with it because I like that song, so I'm gonna keep asking about it.
Oh yeah, no problem. So are you asking about Lose It or are you asking about Nation?
Both.
Both. Okay. Well, Lose It to me, that's my favorite record because I linked up with two producers in Sweden that I've worked with for a long time. Like I said, I know them, they know me, and our chemistry is like really good. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't have to figure each other out or figure out what the direction is when in the studio. We know right away where we want to take it. We just go in and we just start creating. And like, we have like, it's the feeling of like, you have no boundaries when you're in there. Like you just go with the flow. You just do whatever you feel like doing. And you notice why a record comes out way more personal, way more thought through and just more free. You know what I'm saying? So like that record to me, like we just had a lot of fun doing it. I feel like that it doesn't sound like anything. We mixed in a style that we grew up listening to in Sweden. This is stuff from the UK, but Sweden and the UK are pretty close to each other, so we grew up with that type of music, and it's like a UK lounge feel, and we mixed that in with R&B and soul, and we just had fun with it, and it came out really dope. So that's why it's one of my favorite records on the album because it has that different feel. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
And like I said, Made for Me, I'm so happy that I came across that record because I always wanted a duet that felt very soulful. It almost has like a Sade type of feel to it. You know what I mean? It's a conversational type of record. It feels like it's very personal. You know what I mean? And I'm happy we came across it because she's such an incredible vocalist, and when I first came up with the idea, I didn't have her in mind to do it, but when we met, it was just like, yo, she's such a cool person, and I feel like she's an interesting person too. She got a lot to say, so I was like, she would be perfect for the record, and she happened to just love the record too, and we went in and knocked it out, and we both were really, really excited about it. Like we've been talking about a video to shoot, for it. You know what I mean? We're gonna go up and perform for the first time pretty soon in New York, and like we just like have a lot of ideas for this record together, and it's like it's just dope. You know what I mean? To have two people that's like very passionate about the song and that really want to see the song go. You know what I mean? So that's why I really see big things with the song. I think it could really do well.
So this probably would definitely be like the next single from the album, more than likely.
We don't know yet, but I think that regardless, I think there's going to be a record that will touch a lot of people. And, I think a lot of people will rock with it.
Yeah, definitely. I can't wait to see the visual for that because I mean, with every visual that you have, it's like that. The concepts are on point, and they're always right. Like I've never seen music videos that are actually correct until I've watched yours. Like I can always expect for the storyline to make sense. Other people I just be watching, I'll be like, this bullshit don't make no sense. What the fuck am I watching? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I definitely looking forward to that. And so, Sebastian, with the album, are you going on tour, like a full-length tour? Because I think that's one of the big things that a lot of people have been asking me to ask you.
Yeah. Well, right now we're getting a tour together with another artist, but I wish I could announce it right now because I'm excited about it, but I can't really announce it because it's not 100% set up yet. Like the dates are not all the way set up yet, so I can't really announce it. But it's definitely going to be a tour coming out around when the album comes out. But then we're gonna hit up a lot of our performances and festivals too. Like we're gonna do Essence Festival in July. BT Awards or BT Experience thing, which is our BT Awards, and also doing 106 around that time as well in LA. But we're gonna definitely do a lot more shows and stuff like that, and then like I said, the tour's gonna come out too pretty soon.
Cool, cool. So now, will this tour be like a late summer, early fall thing, or
yeah, well, it's actually not. It's not my tour. It'll be an open action tour, but it's definitely it's gonna come out later this summer.
Nice. I can only imagine who you could be going on tour with.
Yeah, like I said, I will announce it eventually, but right now I can't really tell.
Right. I'm just thinking who.
Yeah.
Tell me this, R&B or hip hop?
It's R&B.
Okay. That's all I needed from that. I'm just trying. I figured it was R&B. You know, I'm not going, push the envelope too much because I ain't trying to get in trouble. No. Okay, so that's definitely what's up. I mean, you definitely have to keep me in tune with everything. I mean, I see it on Twitter and stuff like that, and your management definitely does that. So I mean, keep it up, man. I'll probably see you at Essence in LA for the awards, more than likely.
Oh yeah,
I'll be around.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, we'll definitely meet up over there.
For sure. So Sebastian, tell everybody where they can follow you, just in case they're a little slow and they haven't done so already.
Without, you can follow me at Sebastian Michael, Mikael, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all the above. Yeah, and I'll be posting all the dates and all the tour stuff and everything like that. And I'll follow back too. Definitely.
Yes, he definitely follows back. So make sure you follow Sebastian. That's an important thing. He follows back. Very humble. Thanks again so much, Sebastian, for coming back. We appreciate you always, man.
I appreciate you, man. Definitely.
All right, take care.
All right, man. You too.
All right, later.